Picture a civilian population trapped in a war zone, surrounded by fighting and desperate for an escape route. How can they possibly move to safety without becoming targets themselves? This vital question points us directly to the concept of safe passage. Safe passage for civilians in conflict is a temporary and often negotiated arrangement that allows non-combatants to move from areas of active hostilities to places of greater safety, with assurances from all parties involved that they will not be attacked or impeded during this movement. It is a critical humanitarian measure designed to protect lives during armed conflict. The necessity of safe passage stems directly from the fundamental principles of International Humanitarian Law, or IHL, particularly the principle of distinction. This principle mandates that parties to a conflict must always distinguish between combatants and civilians, and between military objectives and civilian objects. Civilians must be protected from the effects of hostilities, and this includes allowing them to leave dangerous areas. Such arrangements are typically agreed upon by the warring parties, often facilitated by neutral intermediaries like the International Committee of the Red Cross, or ICRC, to ensure adherence and trust. Implementing safe passage usually involves establishing what are known as humanitarian corridors. These are clearly defined routes and specific timeframes during which civilians can travel without fear of attack. For such corridors to be effective, all parties must agree to a temporary cessation of hostilities or a firm guarantee of non-aggression along these routes. This requires meticulous planning, clear communication to affected populations, and sometimes even the deployment of neutral observers to monitor compliance, helping to build confidence and reduce risks for those attempting to evacuate. A key aspect of successful safe passage operations is the commitment from all sides to uphold their legal obligations to protect civilians and to respect the neutrality of humanitarian aid and personnel. These operations are not merely acts of goodwill. They are requirements under IHL when feasible, aimed at mitigating the devastating impact of conflict on innocent lives. It is important to remember that direct attacks against civilians are strictly prohibited, and deliberately impeding safe passage, when agreed upon, can constitute a serious violation of international law. Ultimately, the goal of safe passage is to uphold human dignity and save lives by providing a secure pathway out of immediate danger. It is a practical application of the humanitarian imperative to minimize suffering, ensuring that even in the chaos of conflict, there remains a pathway for those who wish to escape the violence and seek refuge.